welcome to Unblocking the Blockchain. My name is Jonathan, and today we're going to talk a little bit about some updates to Gary.Club, which is an exchange. It's also an exchange that has Dunk Coin, which is my community's utility token. One second. Second, I'm just double checking that the audio is coming through in the stream. It is awesome. Perfect. So yeah, we're going to be going over that, and I'm just going to bring up the stream. Just a reminder that nothing on this channel is financial advice. Please make sure that you do your own research. I'm just sharing the stuff that I'm doing, and if you want to follow along and take action along with me, you're always welcome to, but make sure you always do your own research. And let me just double check that everything is working good, and then we'll get started. One second. Yeah, just Gary.Club is a exchange that you have the coin, the exchange token is called Gary, and it helps creators make money in Web3. And one of the ways that does that is you could also, like, Dunk is tethered to Gary in the exchange. So as the exchange gets stronger and I build on the exchange, so am I able to create stability for my utility token, so if you either earn them in our ecosystem, like if you come and engage with me on Twitter, for instance, you could earn Dunk coin, which is my utility token. Or you can just go buy it and then earn different things that you can get within my community. So it's not really about the price. It's more about just having a certain amount of tokens to gain different things in the community, and you could either earn them or you can purchase them. So that's just basically the way that system works. And let me just bring it up right now. I'm going to bring up the screen. Just share that. I have to actually bring that up real quick. 1 second. Sorry. Should have had this up already. Have to share it from the other screen. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen, and this is the Gary.Club website. You can connect your Solana wallet. You could do it in this corner right here where it says Connect Wallet. You could use Phantom Wallet or any of the other ones. I personally use Solana. I like the ecosystem. I like how it works. You could also use a ledger if you are keeping it offline. So just connect whichever wallet you prefer. I'm just going to go through this website one step at a time and just show you what it is and kind of walk you through some of the things that are involved in the website. Just make sure everything's going good. 1 second. Promise to get started. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, we're good. We're good. Okay. So on the first page, when you go to Gary.Club, you're going to go to this page right here where it says Get Involved. So I'm going to walk you through the welcome page. The same thing. Click here. It's the same as the welcome page. So welcome to Gary.Club, the community for creators who are ready to level up and take their game to the next level. We're not here to sugarcoat anything, so they're not here to do the work for you. The truth is, becoming a successful creator takes grit, determination, and a whole lot of hard work, but we're here to help you make it happen. So big takeaway from that is that they're not going to do the work for you. It's not some sort of system where they're just, going to make money, sort of like come in here, you're going to make money. It's a tokenomic system, like where you don't have a particular price for your token and you just charge whatever you want in your token. It's not about saying that it's going to make money or it's going to go up in price. It's 100% not that. It's just about having something to connect with your community. And if the price goes up, then the price goes up. If it goes down, then it goes down. So it's not about the token. It's just, you have to build a business. You can't have a token and just expect it to be your business. You have to have a business and use a token in your business, in this ecosystem. It's not just going to happen. So our community is powered by Gary. And like I said, that's the exchange token. So every coin that's on this platform has a bonding curve to Gary. So as Gary grows and gets more stable, so does every coin on the platform. So the longer that's kind of the nature of it. It doesn't matter if somebody comes in and bonds now or they did before. They're just going to benefit from the stability as it grows. And so a social token that rewards you for building your brand and engaging with our community. But it's not just about the money. Like I said before, it's not about the money, at least with the token. You want to make money for your business. We're all about helping you become the best version of yourself as a creator. We know that it's not easy, and that's why we're here to push you, to challenge you, to help you break through your own limitations, because that's the thing that usually holds you back. You're not about coddling. We're not about coddling you or telling you, excuse me, sorry, telling you what to hear. We're about giving you the tough love you need to succeed, which to me, that's what everybody really needs. They need the tough love. They need they need to be told, hey, you need to do this. Sorry, like it's not just going to get done for you. And I feel like that's usually where people fail. They just expect it to all be done for them. Um, and you won't be doing it alone. And that's the reason why I got involved in this, is because a group of people that are on a similar mission. They're not the same mission. I'm building my own business. Don't get me wrong. Dunk is my own business. I'm just hosting my token on this platform and building in this ecosystem because I believe in the way that it's being built. Again, do your own research. I'm not giving you any financial advice, but this is why I believe in it. These things that they're talking about here. And you won't be doing it alone. Our community is filled with creators who are all in the same boat, like I am, who are all pushing themselves to be their best. And we're here to support each other, to fill each other up, and to celebrate each other's wins. Again, why I'm there. So if you are ready to step up your game, if you are ready to push yourself to your limits, and if you are ready to be a part of the community of creators who are all about taking action, then come on in and join us. We're ready to help you unleash your full potential and become the creator that you want to be. So you can click get involved, and that actually takes you to a tab that I'm going to get to in just a moment. So that's the first tab. Again, they're just talking about the structure of the ecosystem, and again, establishing. And before you come into this is not a make money system. If you're looking to just like jump in here and make a bunch of money out of these people and these coins, or drop a coin and it's just going to be a big payday, that's not what this is about. It's about actually building an ecosystem to help your community, your audience. It's about your audience. If you're going into this with greed, then you're going to fail. Do your own research. It's not about making money in this. This is not the make money part. You could collect coins and things like that to make money. Like you could sell services for coins to make money, and so on and so forth. But don't think that you're just going to drop a coin and it's just going to magically become worth money. That's just not how this works. So let's go to the token list. So token list is pretty straightforward here as well. They have the total holders. That's every wallet across every single token. The market cap, and then as well as total value lock. And this is across multiple different funding sources and different wallets and different swaps and different, also Rally, the Rally network. You can look it up, rally.network, RLY.network. They're one of the sponsors, and they provide liquidity backing for this as well. So make sure you do your own research. It's not all coming from one spot. So if you see that, this is, why is one thing showing lower? It's because make sure that you're adding them all up. So go and do your own research and add all of these up, and you'll get these numbers. But this is just compiling everything together. So do your own research, look it up. Again, so then we have bags, all the different tokens, and you could purchase things like this. But I'm gonna use mine's over here. It's nothing. I'm gonna have to go over here. Dunk. So you can see Dunk. I have my token. So if you want to do that, I could go to my proof of work, which I'll get to that in just a moment. So you can look at different people. This is mine. My token is currently worth just a little over 13 cents. And that's partially because of me building my own bonding curve and my own liquidity backing personally for Dunk, that I either add in, or that that if somebody decides I sell something in Dunk, I could bring in liquidity, and then it brings up the value and then helps everybody in the ecosystem. So, and then different things that I sell. You look through the different people. Like I have things that I sell. These are hold rewards. So like if somebody holds 1 Dunk, they get access to this thing. 100 Dunk, they get access to this. 1,000 Dunk, they get access to this. And then there's things that they could buy with Dunk as well. And this is something that they just added as well, which is proof of work. And this is for anybody that has a coin. They have this, and there's also one for people that are just creating that don't have a coin. But in this one, it basically shows, hey, so I missed. I think I had a glitch. I clicked the wrong thing. I did it. I swear I did it every day. But as you can see, that's yesterday. I haven't submitted mine for today yet, because what I'm doing right now is considered part of like proof of work, things that I'm doing to build my business, and educating people on the tokenomics behind it is part of it. So I could submit for the 27th, which is today, that I did that, and that will fill in, and it will show how much work I did. And people, like, you can click here and you can see what I did yesterday. And you can click on any random day and you can see, and this is, you can go and look at different creators. Like I can go, I'm showing you mine, but why don't we go over to another one? Why don't we go over to Gino, who is the Drive coin? He's got the most total value locked behind his token. But then you could also go down to his. See, he's missed a couple days, but if you look at like yesterday, he went into War Room, which is a Twitter engagement group that he does, and I do as well. Launched multiple Twitter giveaways. That's a strategy to onboard new. So he goes through the things that he did. So if you're looking for people that you like, okay, they're building a ecosystem that or a business that I can get behind, it's not a bad idea to look through these things, and you could see that people are actually doing things. If this is all blank, then they may not be somebody that's really building their business. They're not really building. It gives you the capability of doing a little bit of your own research. And you can see Gino has more value, total value, more liquidity backing his coin than I do. And that liquidity is all measured in the Gary coin, which is the exchange token. And remember, if the value of Gary goes down, so does the value of the coins that are tethered to it. So just keep that in mind. One drive is worth one drive. One Gary is always worth one Gary. It may be worth less in Solana or USD values. But again, remember, we're not measuring in dollars. We're measuring in solely, like I measure one dunk as one dunk, but I look at how much Gary is backing it. And the more Gary I get backing it, I know that long term it's going to benefit my economy. I'm building it. And when there's a dip, I look at it as like that's a chance for me to build my business a little bit cheaper for a minute. And I have faith it's going to go back up. But again, it's not financial advice, and it's not about the price. So now there's a couple other things. You can just come here and you can see transactions. And you can see somebody 4 hours ago, somebody bought $675 worth of Drive, and you can view the transaction right here on Solana or a Sol Scan, and it will bring up the actual transaction for you to see. So that way you could see it is a blockchain transaction, and you could take a look at it right there. So see, some other people were selling some Drive, and that brings it down. So it's all shown here. And then there's also leaderboard just showing if you connect right here. I'll jump to the end real quick. The far right social connector, if you create a social connector account, which if you're watching this on YouTube, there is a link to create a social connector account in the description of that. If you're watching it on Twitter, you could just go to youtube.com/@theblockchain. And yeah, and then I will bring out, there we go. Yeah, /@theblockchain. And you'll be able to get to my YouTube channel, and it'll be in the description for that social connector link. But it will, if you do that and you link your maybe your Twitter, or you have your certain amount in your wallet, then you could be on like a leaderboard. So you're like, so how much you've moved up. So this person's, they have 61,000. That's Gino. He's holding the most because he's the creator. And then, but look at Steve has over 10,000. Like everybody has over 10,000, like, and then now 25. So you could see who holds the most of your coin. And I could do the same thing with Dunk, but I'm just using Gino as an example. But yeah, so that's a token list. Go through all those things. You have leaderboard, transactions, the charts. You can look at all the information that you need. The total value in blocks is just 21,000, but remember, we're small, we're growing. And I believe it's going to go up over time, but again, it's not about the amount that it's worth. I focus on the amount of Gary backing it. And, I believe in this ecosystem long term, just because of the way that it's built, and that it's decentralized and, growing. So exchange, if you go to exchange and you've connected your Solana wallet, you can swap out coins. You just find the coin that you want. You could swap directly from, like, if you had a bunch of Drive and you wanted to swap it to Dunk for whatever reason that you want, because I help you make money with video, and maybe your car, you don't have your car anymore, you don't need Drive, or maybe the vice versa. You need to go get that car, and you gotta get rid of your Dunk, and you gotta go pick up some Drive. But you could just pick up, so you'd be able to go like, okay, I'm gonna pick Drive, and then I don't have my wallet linked right now, but you'd just do that. And it's like any other exchange, and you'd be able to put them out. It would show your balance right there if the wallet was connected. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And if you wanted, you can go straight from Gary, or there's also trading pairs with Solana, S-Rally, USDC, and USDT. So if you want to swap to any of those, they're all on the Solana blockchain. do that, and you could, it goes just into your Phantom wallet, and you could send it directly out to whatever. I say you're going to Coinbase and you want to turn it into dollars. It's that simple. It's not. It's completely liquid, and this is not. Nobody controls the money because it's in your personal wallet. There's nobody holding on to it for you. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So I'll just go on to the next one. Leaderboards. This leaderboard is actually for Gary Coin, the one that we were showing you earlier, like on Drive and on Dunk. They are for if you have Drive, if you have Dunk, and this one is actually for Gary itself. So if you have Gary in your wallet, you see Steve holds just shy of 25,000 Gary in his wallet. Now he might be planning on doing something. Cassandra holds just shy of 15,000. You could even go, I mean, come down to me. I hold my coin in other Gary and other things, but just in that wallet that's connected, there I am right there. I have about 3,500 Gary that are in the wallet. That doesn't mean that I'm going to, I'm just holding them in case I have a use for them, but I might buy more Dunk or might buy something with them. I don't know. So yeah, that's the point. I have my Gary that's in there, and this is a leaderboard. It's pretty straightforward. And then there's also badges. Like you could see Steve, he did a sweep. He swept the floor for Draft, which is one of the main projects that's connected to this. And so he got a sweeper badge. And so this is where the badges go. So, there's Craig got one as well. I didn't end up doing it, so I didn't get one. Then you can go to the next tab, which is Buy Gary. And it's pretty much the same as that exchange, except you just have to pick Solana or whatever currency you are swapping to, Solana, USDC, or USDT, and then you can go and swap it into Gary. It's literally that simple, super simple. All right, and then you could also, this goes in reverse too. If you went the other way around, you could say you have your Gary, you've sold it into Gary. And maybe you want to go back to Solana, you do it right here. Or you can go into Exchange and say you were going to take Dunk or Drive. I'm using Dunk and Drive as the example. You could go and just click on those and go directly. And what it does is it will take Drive, swap it into Gary in the background, and then swap that into Solana. That's the path, but you don't have to see it to do it. But if you've already got it into Gary, just go from here. If you have it into one of the tokens that are on the platform, you go to Exchange. So, okay. So I've gone through the big, bold ones. So yeah, I hope that this is helping. And just remember, do your own research. Take a look. There's going to be a lot of updates to the platform. So get involved. This is the one that I was talking about that I was going to get to. So get involved. There's a couple different things on here. I'm going to read through these real quick. I invite you to actually click on these. If you are interested, go click on these. They're going to open up, like this is to bring up OpenSea. This is going to bring up Magic Eden. This one should bring up Magic Eden as well. So on and so forth. So see if I might have to change the screen I'm sharing in order to do that. We'll see. Okay. So get involved in Gary Club. Welcome to Gary Club, where we're all about taking action and getting results in the creator economy. This is the place where creators come to level up in their game and make some real money. No excuses allowed. So you got to do the work. Remember, this is not a place just to park your money and make money. You actually have to work and build a business. We don't sugarcoat things here. We know that building a brand and making an impact in a creator economy takes hard work. It absolutely does. Dedication and willingness to go above and beyond 100%. But we're here to guide you on your journey and support you every step of the way. Nobody's going to do it for you. Remember that. At Gary Club, we're all about empowering you to take control of your destiny and achieve your goals as a creator. We're giving you the tools, a community, and the support you need to make it happen. So if you're ready to step up, stack up that Gary, and become a true hero in the creator economy, then join us at Gary Club today. So that's just their little intro. And it's just saying, just again, I hammered this in earlier. Don't just expect other people to do the work for you. It's not going to be the money is not going to come from the token. The token is just a means for you to charge something. It creates connection. For instance, if you retweet things, if you retweet my GM posts, if you retweet certain things, you might get some free Dunk from me, and then I'll be top of mind. If I sent you 10 cents, if I sent you a dime instead of a Dunk, you would not have the same impact. It would not have the same impact. And now you may engage in what I'm doing, and because you remember me, it brings me to top of mind, and that's the power of the token for me. And then also the second part is, if I have faith in my economy and faith in my business, I could build something that is going to grow for the future. I could build something that's going to have that's on a platform I believe in, and that is going to be here 10 20 years from now. And if I make sales today and I don't liquidate that, there's more of a chance that I'll be able to have a strong economy, still be able to get paid later, and really have that economy I won't have to pull that money out. I'll just leave it there. But again, that's me just speculating on what I'm going to do. I don't know, but I don't have to. It's just a different way of doing business. And I recommend, if you're interested in this stuff, look into it, study it, research it first, and don't just jump into things blindly. So then there's the Draft Tower NFT, and they're going to talk about this. Let me see what this is going to, if I open this up in a new tab, I don't think, yeah, it's just going to bring up their, the Draft Tower NFT OpenSea. I guess I could try and share that as well. But you get the idea. You've been to OpenSea, you know. So Draft Tower NFT, as a creator, you're on a journey of growth and self-discovery, but sometimes you need a little support to make it to the top. That's where the Draft Tower NFT comes in. And I'll tell you something real quick. I was not into NFTs at all when I got started in this community. I was completely reluctant to actually be involved in NFTs. I had a history in crypto, and I've done something like, my first time with crypto is I bought a hat for 55 Bitcoin. This was in like in 2011, 2012. And it wasn't that expensive at the time, but looking back on it, I'm like, oh man, I wish I didn't buy that hat. But okay, getting off subject, but point, I didn't want to buy the NFT because I just saw it as a shiny object, but I was involved in this community, and that kind of evolved into an NFT and Web3 community. And I ended up picking it up, but it was because I got involved in that it led me to where I am today. And I wouldn't change any of that for the world. I 100% love the community that I'm in, and that's what I get most from Draft Tower NFT. So let me finish reading this. With this NFT in your wallet, you'll be part of the community of a part of a community of like-minded creators who will have your back every step of the way, and you'll have access to cutting-edge technology, which is I'll get to that in a moment, and the tools that will help you build your brand and monetize your content. And most importantly, you'll have a symbol of your commitment to your own success. So if you're ready to take your place among the top creators in the game, get yourself a Draft Tower NFT and join the ranks of the most successful creators in the creator economy. So one of the perks that you get, or one of the utilities that I think is really powerful, aside from, well, there's little things like you get added into Twitter lists, so on and so forth, you know, a bunch of little perks there that you get for being just having that in your connected wallet. So create a social connector account. Remember, there's a link in the description of the YouTube video. If you're watching this on Twitter, you can go to youtube.com/@theblockchain, and you can find that in the description of this video. It's under live streams. So yeah, if you do that, you get to actually do tweets. You could engage and amplify tweets. And what that means, I'm not saying just amplify and send other people's like spam tweets. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that you could build, as you build your audience, say you're building your email list, say you're building a community on Discord, maybe it's wherever it is, maybe it's a Facebook group, I don't care. But then you tell your people, hey, go and I just tweeted this thing out. I'd love it if you, my fans, my audience, not some randos, not some spam list. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about your fans are going to go out and engage in those tweets, and then they're going to be rewarded. So say, for instance, for me, I do it with Dunk because I have my own token. But if you had a draft in your wallet, you'd be able to do it with Gary, and you'd be able to say, hey, come, I'll give you whatever, a Gary, or it could even be a fraction of a Gary, or in my case, a fraction of a Dunk, to come and engage in the community and come and do this stuff in the community. So, you know, whatever it is, you tell somebody to do it. You're telling your audience, not some randos, your audience, not some other people's audience, not some spam, your audience, to go and do something. And then you're rewarding them with a little bit of that token. And then within your community, for instance, you can go and buy things. You can get access to my office hours if you have a certain amount of Dunk. There's things that I'm going to be selling pretty soon in Dunk. and things like that. Hold utilities, and you don't necessarily have to go buy them. You can go buy them if you so choose at whatever the price is, or you could just engage over time and earn your way into whatever I'm selling, or giving access to. And I think that's the beauty of it. Like, I always felt kind of this separation with people when I would join a community, and they'd be like, well, you need to have at least this amount of money. Otherwise, you're just not going to be able to be involved at a level. And you're like, man, I'm never going to be able to catch up to that. You get that thought in your head, but hey, but you know what? Maybe if I just engaged in your your tweets every single day, and that gets me one dunk every single day from engaging. I'm just using a random example. Maybe it gets you one, and you need 30 to do something. Maybe if you engaged every single day and you earned enough dunk, you'd be able to get whatever it is for free. That's kind of the idea. And then, maybe you send it back to me. And then the idea would be that you offer somebody something to give the coin back to you. And now they could, granted, they could sell it if they want to, but if they give it back to you, now you actually have that coin back in your pocket, and I could just give it back to you, and you could start earning the next thing. So I've incentivized you to go and engage in my stuff, but you're not going to know about that unless you're actually involved in my community. But okay, that's the number one thing. And they're adding Instagram, or Instagram is the one they're working on next. And for all you people on YouTube, they're working on some YouTube integrations as well, which is pretty exciting. All right, pardon me. So this next one is Vibing. This was a one-off. This is kind of a funny story of this one. So Vibin. Here, let me read this first, and then I'll explain my funny story. Gosh, I gotta get it in my mind together. So Vibin, get your groove on with the Vibin NFT, the ultimate ticket to exclusive parties and activities with the Gary.Club community. As a Vibin holder, you'll gain access to a private event, parties, and activities, including our legendary Vibin Day. That was pretty. I went to that. It was pretty cool. Events. With only 50 Vibin available, owning one puts you in the elite group of Gary.Club supporters who know how to have a good time. It's true. It's very true. And I'll get it. Join the party and become part of the thriving ecosystem, powered by Gary. So this one is an interesting one because it was originally minted on a side chain, and then they came over to Solana and just created the version over here, which Gary sold these for $20 a piece when they first came out. He did 50 of them. There was no utility promised, zero. It was just, hey, it's a cool image, maybe something later, who knows. So I minted 3 of them. I wish I minted 4. I wish I minted more. I wish I got as many as I could. So I minted 3 of them when they came out because I was around, and they sold out real quick, and I had $20 each. So I spent $60. And then there was this in real life event last August in Puerto Rico, in which great experience, learned a lot, met some really cool people. And it was the first in real life draft event. So right before that, Gary announced that, all this utility for these, events that you'd have to have a Vibin, right? And I didn't even realize I had one listed. I thought, I'll list one for $10,000. And, maybe if somebody wants to give me $10,000 for one of these things, I guess I spent $20 on it. Maybe I'll just do it. So I did that. I just listed it. I forgot about it. and then next thing you know, I look at it, and it's sold. And the second that they announced that. So I spent $20 on one of these things, and and it ended up selling for $10,000. That's a huge upsell. I think I did the math. It was like 45,000% return. Again, not financial advice. This is not me telling you what to do financially, but I thought that was just kind of crazy. But yeah, I had the Vibin NFT, and it got me onto event in Puerto Rico, and I had 2 left. So I still had 2 left. And when I was in Puerto Rico, somebody wanted to get on that boat. So I rented one of them to somebody else. And it was in their wallet. It took a little bit of trust. It was a lot of trust. But I rented it to them, and and then they returned it, but they had it in their wallet, and they were able to come on the event, and I thought it was pretty cool. But point is that it was something that was offered for 0 utility, and that's given me the thought, like, anytime that's something that's super cheap that said, hey, just do this thing. In this community, I've learned just grab one. It's probably not a bad idea to have one. But yeah, that was great. I still hold 2 of them, and I also hold I was able to more than make my money back plus some. So there's opportunities like that that just pop up in this community all the time. Nothing's promised. Nothing was ever told that I would be able to make that much of a return off of one of them, but it just happened. So again, do your own research. But this was just a really cool one, and it worked out for me very, very, very well. But okay, and then this next one is the Gary.Club golden ticket, and this is one that was never sold. I'm lucky enough to hold one of these just because I was around long enough that I that I took action to get one. And there's only 25 of them, and we came over from the Rally.io ecosystem, which is now defunct. I'm glad that we got out of there before we saw the sinking ship, and we got out well before anything happened, luckily. And we're building very successfully over here on the open market where everybody can see anything. I don't like things where they hide information or make it not obvious, because this is decentralization, people. This is blockchain. We're Web3. We're Web3. Web3, everything's decentralized. So golden ticket, also a Solana NFT. And what that does is when I dropped my coin, I was, it was all disclosed. Every single bit of it was disclosed, that a portion of the coin. So they mint initial Genesis tokens when and a portion of them, some of those Genesis tokens end up getting put into a pot, and some of those, basically a little bit of the ones that that once they hit certain milestones end up going and giving a percentage. In this case, it's just 400 tokens. That's not that much at the current prices of tokens right now, but if as things move on, hey, 400 tokens at $1 each or $2 each, that could be a, who knows? I'm not financial advice, but it was something that I was able to not buy. This was never purchased. It was earned. So I earned it. But if I wanted to list it, or anybody wants to list one, they could sell one and somebody could potentially come in. So if you have faith in this ecosystem, again, do your own research. That's what this is. So excuse me, burping again. You could do your own research, look it up. It's listed on Magic Eden right now. All right, and then there is one more NFT that. Oh, actually, wait, one more. Oh, yeah, one more NFT to go over. So then there's the Gary.Club Stacker, and this is basically, here, I'll read through it first, and then I'll explain it to you. Did I even read through the golden ticket? I didn't read through the golden ticket one. Let me read. Gary's golden ticket, the most exclusive collection of Gary.Club 25. Lucky members get access to unannounced perks. I've already received some of those unannounced perks here and there. Be part of the Unlimited Creator Club with the golden ticket. So there you go. Crazy perks. But nothing's promised. Just remember that. Nothing's promised, and sometimes stuff's just given to it. Nothing was ever promised except for getting a percentage of tokens only when they hit a certain milestone. That was kind of the idea. But yeah, it is what it is. So Gary.Club Stacker. And let me emphasize this on both of these ones. Everything that was, like I talked about utility tokens, everything was, somebody that was here at the beginning, everything was disclosed in this ecosystem, that some of these tokens were going to be held on the side to be given back into the ecosystem down the road. And I see that as like, hey, people that want to support me, they'll be able to by getting these and in the ecosystem, we all get to grow together. So I supported it, and it was well disclosed at the beginning, and I understand it. And let me branch off for 1 second. If you're going to build on a platform like this, and you're going to do these things, just keep in mind that it's your decision to actually do your own research before you jump into things. So if things aren't what you wanted them to be, then make sure that you knew about everything beforehand. So do your own research as a builder, do your own research as nobody invests here, but do your own research as an investor. So then Gary.Club Stacker, listen up, people. Are you ready to be a real life hero to make the difference in the lives of creators who are struggling to get their social token off the ground? And again, this was disclosed. This is the time to become a Gary.Club Stacker. It's where we actually help other people like you if you can't afford to drop your own token. It's us putting together a collection of finances in order to sponsor you, basically. And then some of that money ends up coming back to the people that hold the stacker, just in a very small amount. I have not received a fraction of what I have put in to help other people launch their tokens. And it was well established that it was not about doing that. So again, you make your own decisions on what you buy. As a stacker, you get access to the exclusive group of like-minded individuals who share their passion for helping others succeed. And as if that wasn't awesome enough, you'll also receive one-on-one superhero NFT, which is pretty cool. It's like this picture right here. And like I could drop my NFT that I have right there, the one with the white one with the blonde hair that looks scarily like me. Yeah. You'll be the one empowering them to launch their social token and achieve financial freedom. And again, you're not going to do it for them. They have to put in the work. So if you have a stacker, you're able to, there's a voting system where we all end up deciding if we think that this person's application is worth, basically some of the stacker funds that help launch the token. So, and if anybody says, hey, it doesn't cost a lot of money to do a token, man hours cost money. Let me just remind you that it costs money to do things, even if it's something digital, even if there's not like a hard resource there, time is money. So if anybody says that things don't cost money because they're digital, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to be perfectly blunt and clear on that. They do not know what they're talking about. It takes time is one of your most valuable and most expensive assets. So if it takes you time, it 100% costs money. Okay, get off my high horse. Rewards and enjoy the satisfaction of knowing you helped make it possible. We're building an ecosystem. I believe in this ecosystem long term. So there you go. So you are ready to unleash the inner hero and make the ranks of the Gary.Club stacker. Let's do this. And you could also buy those on Magic Eden. Okay, and the last one in this category, or last two actually, is Bags members. Are you ready to stack up that Gary and become a Bags member? With 500 bags, you'll gain access to early social token drops and the private exchange to connect with your Bags holders. Plus, you'll earn daily Gary rewards, which again, none of it's promised, rewards on, and have the opportunity to support your favorite creators. They didn't say how much, they just say a certain amount. Don't settle for less. Stack up the Gary and become a Bags member. So basically the way that this one works is the only utility that this has. So if you scroll to the bottom here, you'll see a thing that says private exchange. And when you go to that, when a new coin is dropped, you have a little early access to buy that token. Again, you're only pulling out of the internal ecosystem. So if you think it's a way to like do a quick flip and make money, yeah, maybe you might, but you're only pulling out of your ecosystem. You're not going to grow the value of the exchange and the ecosystem. If you do that, it's your decision. You can do whatever you want, but that's basically what it is. You only get access to this. And then as a perk, there is like every other coin, there is a little small liquidity pool that that you get a little bit of rewards out of for building. And this particular one, the liquidity pool is split evenly depending on how many people have a share of 500 coins. And it doesn't matter how much the coin is worth. It could be worth a penny. It could be worth a dollar. It could be worth $1 million, which I don't know. Probably not. But it doesn't matter. Cost 500 of them, and then you get a share of that. Like I think I have about 5 shares of it right now in my wallet, something like that. So I don't go crazy. So I just hold those, and then if I ever want to, I could always hold it in there. I look at it as a kind of, again, not financial advice, but it's the closest thing to a dividend producing asset just by holding it. But again, if you're not a builder, this might be a good place just to hold some of your funds while you're doing that. Again, not financial advice, do your own research. There is only one utility. Just remember, the only utility is when you hold 500, you get access to the private swap, and that is it. Do not think that there's anything else promised here. But hey, it's another thing. And then social token founders, and this is basically what I am. They're ready to launch your own social token and build your own economy. Build a social token founder powered by Gary with the access of your social, our social connector and guidance of our expert team. You'll have everything you need to turn your vision into a reality. Join our community of creators and stack up your Gary today. So yeah, it's the same thing as like what I said. I have my own token. You have to apply, blah, blah, blah. And if you're no blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to the blah, blah, blah. There's no blah, blah, blah. You apply and you make sure that you've done, you actually have a use case. Remember, you're applying for a token for your existing business, not to make a token and build a business around it. Just remember that. Okay, so let's move on to, I think there's Draft Tower. That's just basic information here. I can just go through it real quick. So Draft Tower, again, we went over the NFT. Yo, creators, Draft Tower here to make the money printer go brr. Okay. We are on a mission to put Draft into every creator wallet. It's about recognition. Just remember that. Skyrocketing your brand and make money like never before. We remember there's no promise of money from this. This is just a connection. It's community and connection with some perks like the airdrops. We know you have got that fire, that unbreakable spirit, and you are ready to crush the game. So why not just join a community where we hustle harder, dream bigger, and push the limits like there is no freaking tomorrow? Okay. Okay. So it's time to eat. It's time to eat. Together, we dominate the digital world, breaking barriers and rewrite the rules. You want to be a high roller, taught. I gotta speak right now. You want to be a high roller, a straight up baller. Draft Towers got your back, and we'll stop at nothing to make sure you're making bank. I gotta learn how to write like this more because it sounds so fake in my head, but I know it's real. So get ready, stand tall. I get it. It's Draft. And join the Draft Tower now. And we're about to blow up the internet and ride the wave of the success straight to the top. I gotta learn how to write more like that. But yeah, when you click this, it's gonna take you to OpenSea. This will take you to OpenSea. And then let's show them what we're made of and make some serious coin while we're at it. Remember, you're not promised to make any coin. This is all your work that's going to earn you coin or new dollars or new pounds or whatever. It's your work. You're not building a business that is just going to magically make money. Sorry. No more playing. No more playing. It's safe. It's time to go big or go home. Let's go. All right. And I think that for the most part, the next one is just social connector. So if you click this, I don't know if it's gonna do a pop-up. So if you create an account, social connector, you connect if you get a draft, you can connect your draft to it. Soon there's going to be a transition, a migration to Solana, and then that can just live in a Solana wallet or in a social connector wallet, whatever you choose. But yeah, just make sure you have that connected. I'd say connect your Twitter and your Discord at the very least. If you have a draft in your wallet, then I would connect your Ethereum wallet for now and make sure that that's all set. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's a good ecosystem. I love the fact that there is the base coin that we could all build together. It's the closest thing that I've seen where everybody could win and lose together. I mean, we have had losses together when people decide to bail. It has hit the community harder. But the thing is, when you think about it as just a token and not as this token's worth a certain amount of money, and remember that it doesn't really matter what the current price is, because I'm going to continue to build, and I know so many of us are, and this ecosystem has given us all the things to build in Web3 efficiently, and where I could actually help bring people in from Web2 and so on and so forth. So again, hey, thank you everybody for letting me go through this stuff real quick. Thank you for hanging out with me for about 45 minutes. If you like more streams like this where I'm going over stuff like this, let me know in the comments. Just remember that, to smash that like button, hit subscribe. And if you like these, make sure you ring the bell so you get notified when new videos like this go up. And again, you see at the bottom of the screen, there's a little ticker. If you go to dunkmedia.club, that's where you can learn more about Dunk Coin and how we help you make money with video. There's also there's a SaaS that I'm working on right now that I'm going to be giving. It will eventually be charged in Dunk, but right now, if you hold a certain amount at the beginning, it's going to be a hold utility and eventually charged once it's out of beta. You can get that, learn more about that and everything at dunkmedia.club. My token is Dunk, and you could also find this channel at youtube.com at the blockchain, or find us on Twitter at the handle is at JWDunkerly. And then I also have another YouTube channel that I post on regularly called Entrepreneur's Toolbox, which I'm more on camera on that one, at youtube.com/at etoolbox, E like elephant toolbox. And I hope to see everybody there. And thanks again for hanging out with me for a little while. I will see everybody in the next video.